Mike's hot.
Everything good.
All right. Well, hey everybody. Here we go with another episode of the Team 7 podcast. It's me and the co-captain Isiah.
What's good?
Because my boy Carlos was busy doing some personal business, but we're here to talk today about the Agenda 2030 that my boy Isiah, he just told me everything that he gonna try to discuss right now because I had no idea what this was, and he just gonna drop it on me. But before we even get into that, like, subscribe, run those numbers up because so far we had like 30 views, like every single one. We got 29 subscribers. That's basically that adds out. You know what I mean? That's even Steven. I like that. But let's try to get those subscribers up. Let's try to get those likes up. Try to get everything up. But now we're getting into it. Me and my boy Isiah, before we even started rolling, we was talking about if we was in a position where we was like a leader. Let's say because where we from California, we're from Fresno and stuff. So if we was like the mayor of Fresno or the president, how would we go about and lead our people? And Isiah, this is the question I want to ask you. How would you lead your people if you had that power where you're the leader? You're the one who's making the choices. You're the one who's making the decisions. You're the one who's driving how everything is going.
That's a pretty deep question. I'm gonna try and break it down as well as I can.
Please.
I think I would probably, and take this with a grain of salt, I think I would take a little bit of things from Agenda 2030 and maybe change them a little bit to try and make my own utopia, or what I think would be like a utopia for like the better, greater good of human society. Mm-hmm. But then again, I also wouldn't want it to be like communism. It was like no one has like a mind for itself. Everything's very uniform. We're all the same, and I feel like that's a lot of points in this.
Oh yeah.
Topic, yeah. Okay. I feel like it's very like robotic. Like,
okay. So yes, you gonna have to break this down to me once we get into that.
So, what I was telling Ernest is a couple nights ago I had stumbled upon a video on YouTube and kind of went down the rabbit hole about this thing called Agenda 2030 by the United Nations, the UN. Yeah. Which we all fall under. It's basically our allies. We had it. To my understanding, that like if we ever went into like a major war, we would have different countries to help us out, become allies, and we could, you know what I mean? Like,
and this is the Agenda 20?
No. This is like what the UN is, like the United Nations. It's basically leaders from all over different countries.
No, I know that. But I'm saying is you get into like the whole. Okay.
So, I did a little bit of research, and I had written down the 17 goals of Agenda 2030.
Okay.
From the actual UN website itself. So this is stuff that you can just type in, Agenda 2030 UN.
It's all public knowledge.
All public knowledge. Is not a conspiracy. This is not crazy talk. This is like pure facts. Well, not pure facts yet, but this is what they're going to try and make into pure facts. So I kind of just want to go over the 17 goals and break them down, as we go on.
Yeah.
First goal, no poverty.
Okay,
as me and you both know, poverty... Even in Fresno is an issue. There's plenty of people, moms and kids who go hungry. They got food banks. Even in Tower, there's always a guy who goes out there and gives out free food for anyone who needs it. And I always see, sadly, a bunch of people out there because they need it.
I used to live in Tower, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Third world countries, you got people fighting to get clean water. Grains of grass and beans.
Yeah.
For us, we can just go to fucking Save Mart and buy,
whatever we
microwave food and it'll be ready in 30 seconds, Number 2. Zero hunger. So that goes into what we're talking about, the third worlds, making sure that everyone gets their bellies fed. Some people think that should be a basic human right.
Yeah. Everyone
should be able to be fed and have water and be a healthy human. Mm-hmm. Which I kind of believe.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, why can't every human being have a farm and have clean water?
But to be real, not to stop you, but get on different, not a sidetrack or anything, but that was always my dream, to live on a farm. Because my father, growing up, because I got 2 stepsisters and shit, and so as a kid, he owned this house that was in like Carruthers, just like my uncle did before he passed. And he had about 5 acres of land. He had cows. He had bulls. Bulls are the male cow, and he had the does. Those are the female cows. Then he had sheep. He had lamb. He had fucking pigs, chicken farm, like every single animal that you basically will find on a regular farm. Mm-hmm. And then he had 2 separate houses. He had the big house, and he called it the big house, and then the guest house. The big house is for the adults, and the guest house. Guest house is for like the kids or anybody who want to like come over for the weekend.
How life should be.
Yes, and then splitting the houses, he had a big pool that he built himself. He irrigated himself. He put the pump, everything, every single thing in those indoor pool, in the ground, everything. Beautiful pool. Had a slide that go down like you had a fucking a water park. Yeah, nigga, 8 feet pool. And it was always my dream, especially getting older, and especially having kids now as myself. I always want to own a farm. I always want to get my own animals because we went to Central West, especially to have the ag program. And I love the ag program, but I love animals. I love having my dog Rock, but I love to get more animals and to get actually a farm where I can actually, my daily routine will be to go check the chicken shit, to go rake, to go all the shit that you do on a regular farm, because I grew up doing it. And so that hard-nosed work is what I want to instill in my own children. And exactly. If I would love to get a farm of my own. So
and think about it. Go ahead. And if we had our own utopia, that would be our job.
Exactly.
Our job would literally just to be to sustain our houses, our families, and our land.
Yeah.
That should be our only job.
Yeah. Keep everybody fed. Keep your family happy. Keep everybody fed. And live. Try to be a better human being.
Mother Earth gave us everything we need here,
and we dilute it with everything else.
Think about it. Why do we have people controlling our water? It rains here. Why can't we collect our own rainwater? I'm not gonna go too far. Let me get back to
go ahead.
And I kind of want to speed through them because there's a lot of them, and there's a couple of topics that I want to specifically talk about, and the same topics that I don't care about. And
the ones we specifically talk about, those ones we gonna actually deep dive into. Go ahead.
Number 3, good health and well-being. I think that's pretty straightforward.
Like good healthcare and shit.
Good healthcare. Making sure you have resources.
Yep, I'm a healthcare provider, bro. That's what I do as a job.
Yeah, to your community, make sure everyone's got healthcare, dental, everything.
Yep.
This is the one that I'm kind of sussed about. Quality education. What does that mean? Who's writing that curriculum? Who's to say what this education is going to be quality?
Yeah, and have they updated like the history books, the math books, because. Yeah, bro. That's
even in this day, the state of California.
And modern science changed.
Modern science.
When we was in school, that's been changed.
That's gonna be a big one that they need to really think about. Is are you really gonna have like a one world thought? And that's the whole emphasis of this video. Is I personally believe this is an agenda to make a one world government, and I believe that's the plan.
Yeah. That's the plan with the Agenda 2030.
Is to make a one world government.
Okay.
It's not going to be.
So it won't be all split. So everybody basically be under like the UN, like all the countries, like everybody.
This is how life is going to be.
But let me ask you this: just in that broad state, before we even break anything else down, in that broad statement of things, because since this is my first time hearing this information, if there was a way to bring all countries together and everybody live around like the same, not sort of like uniform like everybody like North Korea, but everybody in the same like general layout of things. Like the currency is the same, so anywhere you go the currency will be the same. So you could take your kids to a different spot and you'll be like, oh, I have $5, how much is that to like this yen or this won or this fucking what is that shit, euros or anything like that. Like when you go to a place abroad, you have to like get money. You got to get currency changes. You got to get passport changes. If everything comes together as one, that's basically like what the old message was to unite all as one. But I think that would be a very bad thing because we'll just break apart anyway. We'll have some other reason to fight. Even if we're all united, we'll have a different reason to fight. Like you're not originally American, or you're not originally UN, like whatever the hell it is. But there'll be some reason for people to push against a system because nobody will want to be under the same fucking regime.
The main thing is like you gotta understand this, that you better be in control of your money.
Yes.
That's why they say you can invest not in paper, but you can invest in physical. What is that? Gold, silver.
Yeah, and like the cryptocurrency now. But
that's the thing.
I heard that shit is failing, nigga.
Watch, bro. Like I said, that's how they would probably want it to be. Everyone is going crypto, but then again, it's like, like how we said before the cameras were on, get your hands on my pockets.
Yeah, bro.
They're gonna know every dollar you got, how you got that dollar. Like I said,
see where those dollars moving.
I was telling these niggas like 2 months ago, why do you think at every store they want your email and they want your phone? After every transaction.
Track your shit.
They want to know how much food you got in your house. How much water you got stored in your house. Think about it. And they usually try and say, hey, just give us the information. We'll give you $25 off.
Yep.
They gonna pay you for that. You didn't give it up for free. They paid you something. You got something back.
Yeah, it's a give and get. It's a give and you get with that.
You gotta really, you know, think about, you know, like, it sounds good on paper, but at the end of the day,
when you look into that shit, it's deeper.
At the end of the day, bro, like, there will never be a one world. And if there was a one world, there would be people against the one world. Because to be human is to be different.
Yep. And to push back against something. To have conflict.
So let me keep going.
Go ahead.
Gender equality.
Okay.
Why do they want gender equality?
So, yeah. I'm not going to
get into that.
That's a touchy situation.
We're not going to get into that.
Touchy situation.
We're not going to get into that because that's everyone's business.
Yep. And that's no place for us to discuss.
That's not our place.
No, sir.
Clean water.
We need that. We need that. Come on now. Everybody will need that.
I'll quote Yasin Bey, Mos Def. New World Water. You know, that's a song title. Look it up. It's your homework. I'm giving you homework. Type in New World Water by Mos Def. The album is Black on Both Sides. Listen to that song. You know, as a matter of fact, hold on. I want to share a line from that song with you guys. If you don't mind me.
Go ahead, bro. I love that you're doing this because you put me on. Like I said, I need to know different things because I love that's one thing that I love about our relationship as friends, bro. Because ever since we were kids, we always ever since we were kids, bro, we always want to do something different. We always wanted to like push ourselves to learn something, and that's my favorite thing, bro. Like I didn't join a wrestling team just because I was bigger than everybody. No, I want to learn a new skill. I didn't join a football team just because I want to hit somebody in my head. I want to learn how the people on the screen is doing what the fuck they do.
Right.
I didn't join a basketball team. You know what I mean? It was all these different things that I did. I didn't do them just so I can just brag or boast about them. No, I did them so I could be like, oh, I have that skill or I have that memory that I can call on to be like, oh, I either done that, I haven't. But most importantly, I have either a story I can either share or be like, don't go down that path, young man, because I already been there and done that, and that shit is stupid. Because I wasted so much time. I wasted so much of my time chasing shit that I knew it wasn't going to end nowhere. I knew at the end of it, I knew every day when I go to sleep, nigga, was that worth it? No. But I laugh, I think about it, I go to sleep, and I think tomorrow's going to be a new day, I'll just brush it off. And then you get trapped to a system or trapped to a way of how you're doing shit, you're like, I can't break this cycle. But it takes you, it takes your own brain, and sometimes it takes a good person or a good woman in different cases to push you in a different way to be like, hey, you need to be different because doing the same thing is going to get you nowhere or it's getting us nowhere. I've been in that position, and luckily or whatever, however you want to, put it, shit ended how it ended, and I mean, she's a better person, I'm a better person, and we're going to, live and be better people. But you go through that shit, and it teaches you something because you didn't know that side of you knew that side of you existed, but you didn't know what and how much of that person do you really want to take, and how much of that person can you actually hold on to or allow to control your everyday life. Because when you let the evil side of yourself, because everybody has a good and a bad, and nigga, I have a demon. And so when I let that demon take control of my everyday life, nigga, that shit gets boring, that shit gets mundane. I get real tired of doing everyday shit. But when I let the fucking is it Dr. Jekyll or Miss whatever the nice guy is, when you let the person who you really is instead of the person who comes out only at negative situations, when you let that negative shit go and you learn to let the negative shit come in, process and let that shit go instead of holding on to it and harboring it. It makes your day better, and makes your life better, and makes it easier, bro. Because I'm telling you, nigga, I harbored a lot of dumb shit that I wish I could have been throughout. But if I did that, I wouldn't be at the stage I am right now. I wouldn't be at the place of peace I am right now because I needed to go through certain negative shit to get me to be a better person because that's what everybody needs. Right. But go ahead, bro. I keep stopping you, nigga.
No. I really appreciate you sharing me those words because I needed to hear that, letting shit go and not. If you got a demon, nigga, I got the devil in me.
Bro,
like, and I talk to my girl about this, like, I want to be a better man for her, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I want to be a better man for her. Like, not only for me, but for her.
Of course.
She deserves that.
Come on, bro.
And I feel like me and you, like, we have our paths, and we're still learning.
Yeah, we're a work in progress,
how
bro.
to be better men. But I want to share this quote by the Almighty Powerful, the Almighty Righteous, the God MC himself, one of my favorite MCs, Yasin Bey, Mos Def.
Hit me with it.
New world water make the tide rise high. Come inland and make your house go by. Fools done upset the old man river. Made him carry slave ships and fed him dead niggas. Now his belly full and he about to flood something. So I'ma throw a rope that ain't tied to nothing. Tell your crew to use H2 in wise amounts, since it's the new world water and every drop counts. You can laugh and take it as a joke if you wanna, but it don't rain for 4 weeks some summers. And it's about to get real wild in the half. You be buying Evian just to take a fucking bath. Heads is acting wild, sipping pour, puffing dank, competing with the next man for high and playing rank. See, I ain't got time to try and play Big Hank. And fuck a bank. I need a 20-year water tank.
Damn. That's Mos Def?
That's Mos Def. That came out in 2000. He was talking about having a water tank then. You know, like I said, hey, Mother Earth, you know, she gon' dry up one day.
Yeah.
And the things the things that we think that we need, we don't. What do we need? We need water. We need food. We need shelter.
Yeah.
We don't need iPhones. We don't need the internet. We can send letters.
Bro, I just got a new iPhone. That's just an iPhone like 10. To be real, my nigga. And I had an iPhone 5 for like fucking like 6 years, nigga. I'm broke as shit.
I feel you, but I think what he was just saying is like, there's gonna come a time where the things that we took for granted, that's the things we're gonna need the most.
Fuck yeah, bro. I'm telling you, nigga. I took it, bro. Nigga, you hit me with that deep shit, nigga. And I'm telling you right now, most of my life I took shit for granted. But that was just because I was selfish, and I am selfish. Nigga, I'm inherently selfish. But that's because I got to learn who the hell my father truly is at his core. My father's a great man, but he's a man who showed me that he's selfish. And he passed it to me. I pass it to my daughter. Nigga, my daughter is selfish as shit. My daughter has my anger streak. My son, nigga, you know my son. My son is a sweetheart. He gets his feelings hurt by anything. He's like me when I was young, because that's how I was, bro. Before I learned that this world ain't gonna give you shit for being nice. Like, you could be nice, but people won't take advantage of your nice smile every single chance they get, because that's the world. The world's gonna fuck you if it can. And I'm teaching my son day at a time. You have to get tough, because I can't be there to hold your hand every day. Your mom not gonna be there to hold your hand every day. You have this little girl who's your sister. You have to protect her. You have to be the big brother that she needs you to be. Just like I need to be the man I need to be to protect you, you have to be the man that I need you to be to protect her. He looked at me and he almost started crying. He said, I don't know how. I have a puncher bag. Your Uncle Isiah, your godfather Isiah, could teach you Jujitsu. Your Uncle Lodge can teach you how to play basketball. We can teach you different skills, and we can teach you how to address yourself as a man, how to present yourself as a man, how to talk as a man, and how to present yourself in front of a woman or in front of another man so you can conduct your business correctly.
And that is my thing. That is my problem right now as Isiah De La Cruz in 2022 is I'm not ashamed to admit it. I don't know how to be a man. There was a time where I was alone for a significant amount of years, consecutive amount of years, and I had to become tougher than granite, nigga. Mm-hmm. And you have to learn how to balance both, and that's my thing. I never learned how to balance both. Right now, I'm so used to being my old ways, being militant, letting my guards up, you know, like not being emotionally there for my woman, you know, like, because I'm so used to being militant, the world ain't gonna hurt me again.
Yes, sir.
And that's the hardest battle for me. It's not nigga the jujitsu match. It's not going to work. It's not going to the gym and lifting the heavy weights or sparring the hardest dude in the gym. The hardest battle for me is learning how to be a better man for not only myself, but for my girlfriend and in the future for my kids.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Well, I'm telling you right now, as a person who had to deal with those demons who put different women through a bunch of pain and a bunch of trauma that they didn't need, and like you're a man to admit, I'm a man to admit that I did a bunch of shit that I'm not proud of. I acted a way with many women that I shouldn't have, but that's the way that I was taught how to deal with it, and it taught me. One, I could fuck it off. I could do that. I could play my rules how I live my rules. But is that gonna make her happy? No. That's gonna let her know I have a line in the sand. I'm willing to not let you or nobody else cross it. But what does that show her? That shows her you're just willing to hurt anybody.
Exactly.
And I am. I'm willing to hurt anybody if you don't receive what the fuck I'm saying, and if you don't reciprocate it back to me. Because if I'm telling you something very simple and you give me a very complicated thing answer back, we're not speaking the same. I need the same thing that I'm giving back to you. And when it comes to respect, bro, I'll give you respect, but you have to earn my fucking respect. You have to battle for that shit. Because I've always been in a battle for respect. Because my mom has always told me, you always give that man respect. You give any woman respect. But when they show you that they don't deserve, you take that shit back from them. Because then they're not gonna respect you. You have to be the person to put the line in the sand. And women or men, kid or old adult, if you pass my line, this is the repercussion for passing my line. Because I don't let nobody pass my line. Because this is the box. And if you get in my box, now you're in my shit. Now you're in my world. My world is very dark. My world is very lonely. And my world is very cold. So if you want to live that, go ahead and keep fucking with my line. Keep pushing that shit further and further. Because then I won't be able to cage this person. This person will be outside the box. But if you want to be peaceful and let me live, there's a line right here. Never pass it. You'll never, ever have to go to the result to the person I am. But if you live outside that, we'll be peaceful. But that's a whole different aspect.
And I always like the quote. Not like the quote. I've always felt the quote. Hurt people hurt people.
Fuck yeah, they do.
And I'm not gonna lie. I can admit as myself, me being hurt in the past has made me hurt people. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I still hurt people, you know, like saying foul things, you know, or
dirty mouth, nigga.
You know, and I feel like that's gotta be my biggest adjustment. Is I gotta learn to see both sides.
Yep.
Not just Isaiah's side. You know, I gotta see everyone's side.
I mean, that's the hardest part.
It's the hardest part, bro. Real shit. And I feel like as men, it's definitely at least for me, it's hard for me. It's not hard for me to admit, but it's hard for me to accept that I have work to do. We all got work to do if you really think about it. Like, I'm pretty sure anyone watching this video, you know,
it's hard for you to accept that you have work to do? You don't embrace that work?
It's hard for me to accept that I have work to do because
that's the real challenge. You have work to do. That you're not a finished product. Because if you're finished and you'll be perfect, you'll be already at the end.
I have a very bad history of taking a negative reaction.
Yep.
And instead of using it as my fire, I use it as my snowball. Think about it, bro.
Okay. I get what you mean.
And like I said, everyone's different. I'm just being my open book with you.
Bro, I love it.
February 26th. You would think that after getting 30 and winning my first medal, I would have the fire in my butt to keep training.
Mm-hmm.
But,
and to get first.
But after the match, or after the tournament, I just thought about all the bad shit that I've done.
Yep.
And if I really deserve to feel like on that podium. You get what? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have that feeling, how the fuck you think I felt? Nigga, you don't do half the dirt I've done. How the fuck do you think it feels to have a little girl and a little boy to look up at me and tell me that I'm a great man. That shit fucks with me all the time. I'm like, how? How am I great? Just because I tell you guys I love you and I want to protect you guys? But if you know who your father is, if you know who the fuck your father did, you would hate me. You'd be like, you're a disgusting person. You're a horrible human being. But because you don't know everything that I've done, and I only give you part of it because you're my kids, you think I'm a great person. No. But that's the part. You have to. You're the man. You only can live for you. So you have to accept. What do you have to do? You either will put it off or you do it. It's only two options. Either put it off or you do it. Me, I always used to put it off because that's a funner thing to do. It's funner to fuck off. It's always funner to fuck off. I'm telling you right now, anybody listening, it's always funner to fuck off. But that's never the right thing to do. Because if you fuck off, one day you'll be like, man, I've been fucking off for 10 years. What have I got to fucking show for the last 10 years? Nothing. But once that flips, you flip that switch. And you're like, okay, I can't start fucking off anymore. I gotta actually buckle down and do it.
Take responsibility.
Nigga, I've been taking responsibility since day one. I'm the older brother of my fucking group. I'm always the one who's been in honor roll. I'm always the one who's been the fucking one of the captains of the football team. I was always one of those niggas. So I cannot now let the past that I've been fucking off change what the fuck I'm gonna do for my future. My future, I have kids that need something from me. They need me to be present. They need me to be aware. And they also need me to be a provider. And a provider cannot sit on his ass. And a provider cannot hang his hat on his old shit that he did. A provider has to be like, okay, today's a new day. I have to get my ass up, put my boots on, and go my ass to work. Or in our case, write something down. Try to shoot a video. But you have a real job you have to do every single day. I take care of my father. That is my job. I'm a healthcare provider. I've been doing this for the past 5 years. This shit has not got any easier. But what it taught me a very valuable lesson. Time, you don't get that. You don't get a lot of. And what you do with your time, at the end, that's what you make. That's what it makes up for. At the end, when your book is finished, your next person that's gonna read that book could be like, oh man, you had all these other things, you could have did those. What happened? Well look, 10 chapters he was fucking off. Man, you just squandered everything you could have did, but you fucked it off. But if you reading your book as you're writing it, you'd be like, oh man, an artist always wants to proofread. An artist always wants to edit his work because work is never always finished. Work is never done. So as an artist, you're an artist, I'm an artist. We never consider shit as done. We always will push for something better. Nigga, I'm never fulfilled with anything I do. Ask anybody I've ever dated, anybody I've ever worked with. Ask them. When Ernest got that raise, was he happy or did he fucking go in a corner and sat by himself? He went in a corner, sat by himself, got in his car and left before he even told anybody else bye. Or ask the girl when Ernest got that raise. Did he celebrate with her? No. He went to his room or he went to his spot. He smoked, he decompressed for a whole 2 hours before he even said hi to the woman. It's about what I did in my past, what brought me to who I am now. Because nigga, I see the line and fucking history of mistakes I've done. But a person like me, I like history. I like to see what history does, and I like to see you repeat it or you could change from it. I've been repeating history a lot, but it's time for me to change it. That's why I started this fucking shit with you, with Carlos, with Island, with Corey, with my brother, with everybody that's on our channel. Hopefully one day we'll be as big as fucking Joe Rogan to have a platform as big as, that where we can sell our message to everybody. But until then, we'll be grinding every step of the fucking way because I don't stop, you don't stop, and our days don't fucking stop. So we have to keep recording. We have to keep putting shit out because people need to know who you are, who I am. So when we drop our music, when we get in the booth, when we actually get the shit that we need, because bro, all that shit in that fucking room in that podcast studio, that shit costs a lot of money. But we don't have everybody on board. We don't have the editor. We don't have the producer. We don't have the cameraman. We don't have none of the shit that we have. We have me, you, and another nigga that sits here and talks shit every now and again. We don't have the person who starts the cameras for us. We don't have the person who will make sure everything is audio correct. We don't have none of that shit. That's why my homeboy Mason. The first podcast we ever put out, my homeboy Mason Benjamin Sager, whatever the fuck his name is. My nigga hit me up in the comment section and say he's down to fucking do the podcast. I haven't heard back from him, but you know what I mean? He got his own business. He got a wife. He got kids and shit. But this nigga, I know for a fact he been listening to podcasts just along with me. Nigga, I've been listening to podcasts since 2013. And from then, me and him been talking about trying to create our own podcast. I told him I was going to put our Walmart number store on my fucking hands when I got my fucking tattoos. It's to show him that I was dedicated to the shit we were doing. But this nigga told me he can edit, he can do all this other shit. White Nick say he can edit the podcast. Nigga, you see what the fuck he does? He be fucking off. He ain't gonna do this shit, but I need him to. Because that's what he can do. Nigga, he can one day stop working at his job, be the executive producer of the Team 7 Podcast Network. And nigga, he'll have his own podcast he can start under this brand. Bro, the whole podcast net, the whole reason why it's called Team 7 Podcast Network is because it's a network of podcasters. We're up inspiring podcasters that's trying to do this. We're not Hollywood. We're not fucking living in LA. Our dream when we were fucking 12 wasn't to be podcasters. But over the years of watching it, of dissecting the information, we decided to try it out for ourselves, to give this shit a shot because we wanted to do this shit. So, let's put it out. Let's do it. And, nigga, we're getting slightly views. Our views are starting to go up. All we have to do is be consistent. And once we be consistent, and once we show this long history of the product, people are going to fuck with it, bro, because you're a cool dude. I'm fucking an asshole. But when people see the fucking shit and they see it, bro, me and you have like the best chemistry on camera because we can do this shit for hours. We can do this shit for hours. But everybody else, they have to pick up the pace of doing it because they got love when everybody else on. But nigga, man, you have literally the best chemistry about it. Yeah. But I've been stopping you. Let's finish this shit up so we can finish this topic up.
I wanted to finish this up because, like I said, I don't got too much time, and I kind of want to make it a thing that every time I come up on the channel, every time Ernest brings me up on the channel, I want to share some rhymes, you know. And I don't like to see myself as consider myself like a rapper.
No, we're just artists.
I just like to see myself as like, you know, I'd say it's more like me just spoken word, you know. Like,
that's perfect. Before you even get onto that, let me check where we at time.
Yeah, check the time. I'm gonna get a little closer to the mic.
All right, we got 32. This is what we gonna do. Before you even spit this, we have 5 to 6 minutes left because we need to still fill the time because we usually go for 45 minutes. That's usually the show that I usually try to do because every podcast I watch, bro, it's 2 hours or an hour. Like Joe Rogan's like 3 hours and 4 hours. That's too damn long. We got shit to do, bro. I got a job to do. You got a girl to go see and shit like that. But in a 45-minute period that we can put down for a podcast, we can talk out some shit. We can, you know, deep dive into a little bit of our past. Let me dive on this because when you said it, it hit me and it's been sticking in my fucking mind. When is the last time you've been to Jujitsu practice?
The last time I've been in Jiu-Jitsu practice was...
Since your tournament?
Yeah, I ended up going back last week.
Okay. How was it?
It was great. I went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I didn't go Friday, no gi.
Okay.
So I went 4 days. It was cool. Working at it at my own time.
How long is the practice?
Practice is an hour and a half now. So it's almost 2 hours. It's like from 6:30 to 8 to like 8:30ish. Good work. But, you know, I haven't been sticking around for the full class because, you know, I'm not trying to overdo it too much.
Gotta get back at the swing of things.
And especially with me, like, since coming back, I feel like I've kind of forgot what it's like to have back pain training. And I think because I haven't trained in a while, it kind of maybe aggravated something. Yeah. So I'm definitely trying to be more calm in my return. Yeah. But I am very happy because I have been going to the weightlifting gym.
Good.
And I've been doing really good there. So on the days that I don't go to jiu-jitsu, like today, before I came here, I was at the gym, 30-minute cardio, hit some curls, and I did like 10 rounds in the bag.
That's perfect. Bro.
Kicks, punches, you know, doing shots. It was a full-size bag. Everything.
That's beautiful work.
You know, good work, you know. But it is going to take me a little bit of time to get back into it. But I'm not in any rush, you know. Like, I see the guys there. I see the new dudes there that they think that they king of the mat, but... I mean, at the end of the day, look.
Niggas that work.
At the end of the day, look. I can be gone, nigga, like 3-4 years. I don't give a fuck. Like, the way I am, bro, is like, I'll roll with anyone. I don't really give a fuck. Like,
nigga, you wrestle with my big ass.
Yeah.
Fuck me up.
Yeah, and not only that, but it's like, hey, like, if you beat my ass, good. Maybe I deserve it. But like,
I deserve it, huh?
Well, like, I just want to make this evidently clear. Like, I ain't ducking no smoke.
Hold on, nigga, baby, you deserve it.
Hold up. No, like, what I'm saying is, I stand like, I ain't ducking no smoke.
Hell no, nigga,
like, if you see me on the mats at the gym, yo, call me out for those rounds. Like, if any of my teammates watch me, yo, give me those hard rounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we there for.
Yep.
Or we there to play tough guy.
No.
No, we there. Like, I know I ain't there to play no tough guy.
Never that.
You know, I'm there to work. You know? And, yeah, man, like I said, it's cool to be back. You know, it's cool to be back. First day back, dapped up Professor Marty. You know what I mean? I had to rap with him for a little bit. You know what I mean? Tell him where I've been. Bless you.
But again, so people know, where do you train out of?
I train out of Elite Team Fresno.
Elite Team Fresno. And who's your professor there?
My professor is Marty Robles.
Hell yeah. And one day you'll become a black belt under that man, or is he gonna help you achieve your dream?
No. My goal has always been this, but it just never worked out that way. Like, I want to go from white to black under like the same professor, and like Marty, I feel like he's gonna be that guy for me. Like, you know, like he's someone off the mat who I want to be like.
Okay.
Not just I don't want to be like him on the mat. I want to be like him off the mat.
He's a good person.
Real good dude, real solid dude, and he's an absolute tank. Okay, and I feel like I get up my mentality of like I ain't ducking no smoke in the training room because that's how Marty is.
And what weight do he compete at?
Like I said, like the 160s.
Okay,
he's a lighter guy. But I weighed in today after the gym, 174. You know,
perfect.
We 10 pounds down, or you know, we 10 pounds away from 165.
Oh yeah, bro.
And that's the goal.
Fuck yeah.
So you know, I'm just gonna just keep taking it day by day. You know what I mean? Taking it on the chin. You know, just keep working.
Do you have any specific like diet plan since you got, or are you going to implement a diet plan once you get into like competing, like again, like when you go, like let's say just for the shits and giggles, just because you're talking about it, just because we bring it up, 6 months, say 6 months they have another tournament, and you like, fuck it, 6 months I give myself to still fuck off a little bit for like 2 months, and then I can like put 2 months into solid training, and I'll give a 1 month real hard training, and then like 3 week tough camp, and then 1 week breaks. I give myself ready to get prepared. What type of diet would you implement since you trying to lose 10 more pounds? Are you gonna go the same diet you going right now because it's working?
I probably just honestly what I really want to start doing is getting into like the seafood.
Okay.
That's something that kind of
like pescatarian.
Pescatarian.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Either that or maybe just doing like the chicken and the fish.
Yeah, chicken and pescatarian. Yeah.
That's
like basically like that's like being like a hybrid fucking vegetarian. You'd be like a hybrid vegetarian because you eat basically plants like fruits and vegetables, but you intermittent like the protein with fish, chicken instead of red meats and shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah. To keep it lean. Hell yeah. What muscle groups are you working on in the gym right now?
Mainly just like my legs, because I feel like you gotta have strong legs to like drive.
For that guard.
Yeah, and to drive.
Yep.
And I've definitely been hitting like a lot of I don't know what they're called, but like you sit on the thing and you pull it this way. Yeah, because I feel like that really translates good into like grips. So usually like when I'm in the gym, I try and do like exercises that translate to jiu-jitsu. I don't really go like full muscle head and do like
rows, lunges.
Yeah, shit like that. And I like doing like the salt bike row machine.
Okay,
that shit's brutal.
Hell yeah.
Shit like that, man. I do a lot of cardio,
Fuck yeah, bro. Car's the best.
Bro, I see all these muscle head ass dudes in the gym. It's like, bro, where your gas at, bro?
Nigga, you know where they gas at. They don't got none. Nigga, Nigga, tap their ass a couple times, bro. And then what's gonna happen, nigga? They gonna push all that gas out. Then nigga, you gonna have your way with their ass.
Yo, if I could tell you one thing, me and my man could tell you one thing right now. Yo, go work on some cardio, man. Go work on some cardio and work on your 1-2.
Big fucking fact.
Don't be hitting no deadlifts, no steroids. You gotta take this pre-workout shit. You over here at GB3 Sport. I ain't gonna say no names. My bad.
Yeah, come on.
I ain't gonna say no names. Hold on. I ain't gonna say no names.
It's good because one day maybe they'll sponsor a nigga. Yeah, I mean, but
you over here, doing your subs.
Yeah, a nigga can dream. Nigga.
Nigga, get on your bike, nigga, and keep pedaling.
Yup, my nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's really the best advice. Like. Really work on your cardio, work on like, if you grapple, work on like your shots, like work on like doing like drills, like just like the high repetition stuff,
Bro, I feel like drills, when it comes to it, drills is the most important thing. Because even when it comes to like boxing workouts, nigga, like drilling like 1-2 hook, drilling slide stick hook, drilling stick slide hook, drilling easy like boxing combos that a beginner can do, but drilling them over and over and over, nigga, That gets the hook right. That gets the straight right. That gets you able to like go switch hit and like do like, you know what I mean, go lefty, go righty, and then, you know, bounce out. All right, nigga. I would rather prefer to fight this. Like, nigga, if I broke my fucking hand, I could still strike your shit with this one. All right, but we at the part of the show where we at the end. We was gonna get into like the whole basketball shit that happened. Fuck that shit. I think Celtics gonna take that series with Miami because, like I said, they got that Rondo number 9 on. It's old Celtics, but it's still Celtics, and the Celtics won that fucking game 7. I told my niggas Mavs gonna beat the Suns. Mavs won that shit in 7. So I'm predicting this shit right here. Warriors gonna beat Mavs because I ain't gonna take the Mavs. Come on now, nigga. Luka still gotta go against, you know what I mean, the Splash Brothers, nigga. I still got my Curry jersey, nigga, and I still got my Clay jersey, so I don't know which one of them bitches I'm be wearing.
I'm gonna wear which other one you don't wear, nigga.
We gotta do something. And then in Miami, I got a Miami LeBron jersey. I got 2 of them bitches, so I'm real struggling. I got the 2-1, but nigga, I believe that fucking Jay Tatum and Al Horford and that boy Jaylen Brown and all them guys up there in the Celtics wear that Celtics green. I believe them niggas is gonna give Miami that real run. Maybe they'll go 7, but I think that should be over in 6. Me and my brother already discussed that shit. But I think it's gonna be Warriors and Celtics in the finals, nigga. That's my motherfucking hypothesis on it. But we was gonna hit that UFC talk. We don't got enough time for that shit. We'll probably hit that shit the next episode, whatever the fuck we get into. But thank you guys for tuning into this one. My boy Isiah is about to hit this little freestyle for y'all. I hope y'all like it, and we gonna be out once he finish. Thank y'all again for listening. Like, subscribe, run those likes up, run those subscribes up. And remember to try to comment so we can get up in that algorithm. It's all about the algorithm. Get us in that algorithm.
Indeed. I just want to say this before I spit this freestyle, because as soon as I'm done, we going to close this video. I want to salute to my brother Ernest out here. You know, peace to the God.
Thank you for coming on, bro.
Yes, sir. At the end of the day, you know, we just 2 righteous gods out here trying to, you know, make our way to the Most High.
Yep. That's it.
Check it. My style is unique. Buying my shit is like finding a rare artifact. I pulled the Mac out the Stone Island. I feel like West. I'm a verbal machine gun. Literally, I'm aiming at his vest. I see you rocking the designers, but you rocking it left. Big Shooks, Desert Storm spitting from the fields of Iraq.
Ooh.
The feds re-rocked the shit and they served it to you as crack. I never trip on using this money because I'm quick to run it back. I'm emotionally unavailable like the stare on my face. My girls say I'm the one, but I couldn't see it. I see the city through this window. I'm smoking on Venus. Your love was like a fly trap. I'ma fall in it. I pulled up with 2 niggas masked up. You gon' die in it. I'm quick to scheme and trap. I'm like a poacher. Don't look in this jam sport, yo. You gon' see my blower.
Ooh.
Any nigga wanna go toe to toe, I'm down for it. My nigga Ernest called me on the phone. He wanted me to re-rap it. I don't know. Yo, peace.
I'm choking on it. This pub bar got me choking. But niggas, we gonna close this shit out. Thank you for tuning in. This is the wrap up.